Hey guys, this is Jay over at Firebrand Media. Today we're talking about business conference videos. What are they and how can a production company and or videographer help you move through them? So, business conference videos. You have everything from talking heads, man on the street interviews, main stage panel activity, fireside chat keynotes, the moderator speaker reel, everything. The event recap, the sizzle reel. It could be anything under the sun. But generally, business conference videos aligns with one business's marketing verticals. There is a specific task that the marketing department has for the production team or a videographer. They want you to go into that conference and get certain elements out and bring them back to post so they can remarket for next year or do what they need to do. As an example, a business conference that we've recently attended was a loss prevention conference where the business wanted us to capture podcast segments on the floor, and then they wanted us to capture keynote and a lot of B-roll that is shot evergreen so they can use it for different marketing reasons. When a production company or videographer goes to a business conference, there are things everywhere. There's so many shiny objects and different interactions happening. We obviously don't want to miss our candid moments like hugs, claps, or handshakes, but it's important to stay glued to the mission at hand. Shooting with the post in mind or looking at your deliverables and going in there strategically saying, hey, look, I can capture all the B-roll I need after I shoot all the podcast or man on the street interviews. Business conference videos can be used to market next year's attendees. They can be used to appeal to sponsors and or vendors of next year, while at the same time being used to be remarketed on social, where employees and people of that business can reshare and disseminate it across their channels. In a business conference, the marketing team can be on site, and usually you'll have a point of contact assigned to you. That point of contact strategically runs through the run of show and the changes that happen within the run of show to dynamically hit the points and targets for marketing. Last year, we had to work with the event staff at Vid Summit, where multiple content creators come under one roof and they speak about their success and how to build YouTube channels. Believe it or not, it's a business conference. At the end of the day, Vid Summit has its marketing goals. The importance of capturing the breakout sessions early in the morning gave us a lot of headroom to work on the main stage and not worry about the repeat sessions that happen. Typically in business conferences, you'll have professional development being workshops, again, breakout sessions. And a good way to strategically tackle them is knowing when they do their repeat cycles and knowing how to canvas the rooms in an effective way. And in no way should you be carrying a camera and a crew down one hallway to shoot a breakout session and then running a mile this way to shoot the breakout session on this side. What you should do is optimize your path and how you'll tackle the day. Using that run of show and tasking teams and assigning videographers to move into certain rooms at certain times will make sure that you get the most amount of content, bringing it back to editing for marketing fulfillment. At business conferences, it's also important to focus on the merch and collateral. There's going to be a lot of screens everywhere that have branding and images that might have sponsors on them. Step and repeat. So often have a couple of their sponsors and or vendors printed on a silk sheet that sit in a background location so that people can take pictures in front of it. These are important takeaways for B-roll. Let's say you're focusing on the brand initiative of a company that's putting on a business event. Looking at the merch and collateral being like printed material or the conference merch like cups, hats, koozies. They're silly things, but they matter because they bring together the brand under one house. A fun thing we like to do is to get guests to interact with some of that collateral, being that if the business event coordinator has a lot of, being that if the business event coordinator is giving out handbags, goodies, or hats, we want to have people put on those hats and drawstring backpacks and do some little dance or have some fun in the front of the house in front of the printed signage. And that makes for really great slow motion footage or pickup shots or B-roll for the main coverage, or let's say for a sizzle reel. The fun and excitement in business conference videos is that there's a lot going on. But again, I will say it all day. Communication, communication, communication. Staying glued to your event coordinator or your point of contact and making sure you're keeping up with the run of show, while at the same time being creative is possible. If you have any questions about business conference videos and want a production company and or videographer to help you strategically think about it in the front end, please give us a call here at Firebrand Media. We'd love to help.